في بيئة التعليم الإلكتروني نقدم لكم مادة اللغة الإنجليزية للسنة الثالثة ثانوي قسم العلمي English for Secondary 3 Scientific Section. Distance Learning Rules. قوانين التعلم عن بعد. Be on time. Get ready for the lesson. Choose a suitable place for learning. Raise your hand to participate. Turn off the mic. Turn off the camera. Don't leave the lecture. Unit 3, Lesson 5, Expressing Regret. Objectives. Practice writing about regrets. Use I wish and if only for expressing regret. What do we mean by regret? Regret means to feel sorry about something. اللي هو الشعور بالأسف. In our lesson, we're going to practice writing about regret by using these two expressions, I wish and if only. In the course book, page 36, we have some pictures and we have to match them with the sentences which is given as regrets. Picture A with sentence number 2, I wish I'd remembered to turn the oven off. Picture B with number 1, I wish I'd brought my sunglasses with me. Picture C with sentence number 6, if only you would check the oil before we left. Picture D with sentence number 5, if only he hadn't tried to overtake that car. And picture E with sentence number 4, if only I hadn't tripped over that rock. Picture F with sentence number 3, I wish I'd listened to the weather forecast before I left. In the next page, we have a driving test report for Salma Umar. Here Salma had done several exceeds or wrong things, and we have to write her regrets about these things. يعني عندنا تقرير امتحان القيادة لسالمة عمر and he has done قامت بتجاوزات أو الأخطاء اللي قامت بهن سالمة. We will study these things or read these sentences and write her regrets. Number 1, hadn't learned the highway code. لم تدرس إشارات الطرق highway code. Drove through a red light اللي هو تجاوز الإشارة الحمراء. Didn't slow down at a crossroads اللي هو لم تبطئ في تقاطع الطرق. Parked illegally on the pavement اللي هو الوقوف الغير قانوني على الرصيف pavement. Exceeded the speed limit اللي هو تجاوز أو تجاوزت حد السرعة. Hit a tree when reversing اللي هو في الرجوع أو العودة. Hit a tree ضربت شجرة. Drove into the back of a parked car here as shown in a picture. Hit a back of a car هو سيارة واقفة من الخلف. And now we have to write her regret. How can we write her regret from these events or past events? To express regret or to write a regret about past or past event, we use if only or I wish plus past perfect. We have to use one of these expressions. نستعملوا if only لو أو أتمنى لو past perfect اللي هو as we have studied before تركيب past perfect had plus the past participle of the main verb اللي هو had والتصريف الثالث للفعل. We have to write Salma's regret. Number 1. I wish I'd learned the highway code. I wish I'd learned the highway code. Here we have the expression I wish, and we have here the sentence in the past perfect. Had plus the past participle of the main verb. Had plus the verb in the past participle اللي هو الفعل في التصريف الثالث learned. I wish I had learned the highway code. The next one. I wish I hadn't driven through a red light. Salma drove through a red light. She said, I wish I hadn't driven. I wish plus the past perfect اللي هو had plus the past participle of the main verb, and here a negative sentence should be not after the auxiliary verb through a red light. I wish I hadn't driven through a red light. The third regret. I wish I had slowed down at the crossroad. I wish I had slowed down. The expression I wish, and here the sentence should be in the past perfect. Had plus the past participle of the main verb slow down, slow it down. Next one. I wish I hadn't parked illegally in the pavement. I wish I hadn't parked. The expression I wish, then the sentence should be in the past perfect. Had plus the past participle of the main verb park, parked. The next regret. I wish I hadn't exceeded the speed limit. The expression here I wish, then the past perfect. Had plus the past participle of the main verb. I wish I hadn't exceeded the speed limit. Next one. I wish I hadn't hit a tree when reversing. I wish I hadn't hit. Here had and the past participle of the verb hit also a tree when reversing. And the last one. I wish I hadn't driven into the back of a parked car. I wish. So wish plus the past perfect اللي هو had plus the past participle of the main verb. Note that all the events are in the past, or we express regret about past event. يعني الشعور بالأسف أو الندم على شيء حدث أو لم يحدث في الماضي باستعمال I wish and if only. Now go to the workbook. Section B in workbook page 50. Write regrets starting if only or I wish for the situations below. We have situations and we have to write regrets about these situations. The first one is done for you. Unfortunately, I ate 3 bars of chocolate. That's why I felt sick. And notes that the sentence in the past tense. How can we write the regret for this situation? If only I hadn't eaten 3 bars of chocolate. You have to notice the tense of the situation, that's in the past tense, and also the situation will be in the positive form. The regret should be in the negative. يعني لما يكون هنا مثبت، لما في ترجمتها يعني معنى الجملة I ate 3 bars of chocolate، يعني أكلت 3 قوالب من الشوكولات. And we have to regret by using a negative form. أتمنى أو لو لم أكل 3 bars of chocolate. So you have to notice that past and the positive or negative statement. The next one, unfortunately, he fell over during the race. That's why he didn't win. يعني سقط خلال السباق. That's why he didn't win. لم يفوز. The regret here by using I wish or if only he hadn't fallen over. If only or I wish he hadn't، لو لم يسقط. Okay, he hadn't fallen over, past participle of fell, fallen over. And here a phrasal verb, fell over, the past participle is fallen over. Number 3, unfortunately, you were rude to your brother. Now he won't give us a lift to the cinema. Okay, so here being rude. So the result, he won't give us lift. Give us lift means give someone lift, or give us lift means to take us or to drive us to the cinema. يعني لن يأخذنا أو لم يذهب معنا إلى السينما because of being rude with. How can we write a regret? I wish or if only one of these expressions. You hadn't been rude to your brother. Had and the past participle of verb be here in the past, where past participle of be been. Hadn't been rude. Number 4. Unfortunately, I spent all my money at the weekend. That's why I can't buy these shoes or those shoes. I spent all my money. Here the situation in the past. How can we write a regret? I wish or if only I hadn't spent all my money at the weekend. هنا صرف نقوده بالكامل all my money. I wish or if only I hadn't spent. Here spent, the past and the past participle also spent. Past and the past participle of spend. Hadn't spent all my money at the weekend. Number 5. Unfortunately, they didn't train every day. That's why they lost the match. They didn't train. لم يتدربوا every day. That's why they lost. يعني خسروا في المباراة. The regret here, I wish or if only they had trained. They had and the past participle of the main verb train, trained. They had trained every day. Number 6. Unfortunately, I left my camera at Fatin's house. That's why I couldn't get a picture of the dolphin. I left. And here a past situation. We can use wish or if only. I wish or if only I hadn't left my camera at Fatin's house. Past participle of the verb leave, past left, and the past participle left. Had plus the past participle of the main verb left. If only or I wish I hadn't left my camera at Patton's house. The last one, number 7. Unfortunately, she lost their address. That's why she couldn't write to them. Lost their address يعني فقدت العنوان عنوانهم. Here, how can we write a regret? I wish, or if only one of them, she hadn't lost their address. Past participle of the main verb lose, the past lost, and the past participle lost. She had or hadn't, because here is a positive, the regret should be in the negative. هي فقدت العنوان لو أو أتمنى لو لم تفقد، يعني حيكون هنا in the negative form. Unfortunately, no, I wish or if only she hadn't lost their address. In section C, you have an activity here, نشاط, and you have to do it yourself. Write 2 regrets for each situation using I wish and if only. عندنا situations مواقف and you have to write 2 regrets. حنكتبوا جملتين لكل موقف يعبرن على feel regrets اللي هو الشعور بالأسف. The first one is done for you. Number 1, you were late for school today and got into a serious trouble. You can say I wish I'd got up early. أتمنى لو استيقظت مبكر. I wish I'd or I had got up early. Had plus the past participle of get up اللي هي got up. And another regret اللي هو جملة تانية باستعمال if only my father had given me a lift. If only my father had given me a lift. Here had plus the past participle of give a lift, given. And give a lift, as I have said, that give a lift means to drive me or take me to the school. We have another 4 situations, and notice that all of them are past situations, and you have to write 2 regrets like the examples or the example given. Your team lost the match on Saturday. Your team lost the match. يعني هنا الفريق أو فريقك خسر المباراة. You got a bad mark in your last science exam. You got, the verb here, got a bad mark. Your brother is very annoyed with you. Your brother is, here the main verb is, very annoyed with you. You didn't lock the car and the thief stole some valuable things of yours from it. You didn't lock, the verb lock يعني لم تقم بإقفال السيارة, and a thief stole هي past of steal اللي هو سرق valuable things اللي هو ممتلكاتك أو أشياءك الخاصة. So here we have or you have to write regrets or your regrets. You have to write 2 sentences for each situation as an activity. And good luck for you all. Hope that you understand the lesson.